true, but sexual impropriety, if you teach adolescents, right, it's a never-present fucking phenomenon, right? Don't get me wrong, and don't belittle them because they've got all the questions you have. They might not frame them in the right way, and I would try and give an unbiased answer, give two sides without necessarily interjecting and just suppressing my own thing, But the sex is always that. I mean, you get a question like, sir, see all them miracles in the Bible? How come you don't get miracles nowadays? Not go well. Christians believe that God intervened in the world back in ancient times in the form of miracles, and there were witnesses to these events, and they tell the stories, and eventually the stories passed down and became what we know of the Bible. Whereas a non-believer might say that these were more primitive or superstitious times, and that these so-called miracles might be capable of being explained scientifically, and that stories or anecdotes are a reliable form of evidence. And I'm tending towards the latter. Because we can't seem to establish, anecdotally or otherwise, who it was drew that penis on the poster of Mahatma Gandhi outside our room. I'm sensing a certain level of passive resistance, ironically enough. The sort of passive resistance I suspect Mr. Gandhi would have been very impressed by. Then you get a question like, sir, how come Christian women are expected to save themselves from marriage, yet God can just get Mary pregnant? And I'm like, well, that's a very good question, Shona. Christians believe God had a special purpose for Mary, which was to bring his son into the world so that he might grow up to be the Messiah, the chosen one, and save us and die for our sins and open the way back to heaven, so that we might too experience eternal life. A very different concept, but I will explain possibly in the next year or so. Whereas a critic, a non-believer, a feminist possibly, would say that, these are both examples of, this is a bit, fuck it. As well as which, it's not just Christian women are expected to save themselves, Christian men are as well, Shona, of course they are, because love in a Christian context and sex is expected to take within the confines of a committed relationship. Whereas a non-believer, a critic, a feminist possibly, would say these are both examples of what we might term patriarchal fertility control. Men controlling women's reproductive faculties over time and to some extent to the present day. And I'm tending towards the latter. Because when was the last time you saw a vagina on a poster outside Nice? Perhaps Mr. Gandhi would like to be assaulted by a well-drafted vagina, as opposed to the hideously overblown, somewhat monstrous fucking concoctions currently on display. And then you get the classic question, the classic teen angst about masturbation question. Right? Sir, if there is a heaven, do you think our dead relatives can see this? Well, why don't we petition them with prayer? Hey? Why don't we get him to give us a sign, maybe a cloud-shaped phallus in the sky, and he can fucking point to that culprit, which would put the penis on the Mahatma Gandhi poster outside my room, for a start. I have to say, right, that's probably what Mr. Gandhi had. Mr. Gandhi shouldn't get angry and lose your fucking diction, right? That's probably what Mr. Gandhi had in mind when he first donned that simple uniform. Not only will this serve as a means of protest, right? Oh, fuck this, right? It's been a while, folks, sorry. I think you're the sort of audience that can admit your flaws in and But heaven's a funny one, isn't it? He said, changing the subject. Heaven's a funny one. Not only is it unverifiable, it's entirely subjective, isn't it? Eh? Your idea of heaven, mine, totally different thing. I don't know if you've been accosted, like by some arsehole in the street out there, comes up to you. Excuse me, sir, do you realise the kingdom of heaven awaits? You go, you're going to be there? I sincerely hope so. Well, that's not fucking heaven, is it? The prospect of your presence suggests the precise opposite. You're doing wandering out heaven going, wow, I'm incorporeal, I can abuse myself in new and interesting ways without feeling anything due to a lack of physical... Oh, fuck me, it's that idiot I met in Leicester. I'm trying to go, this isn't heaven, it's hell, for fuck's sake. Because we're going to be bits of philosophy in here, right? This is two mutually exclusive questions, okay, philosophically speaking. How did we get here? here and what happens when we're not here. And I don't believe it's come up with the idea of God as an answer to both. But in the interest of logic, you could argue for God, the Creator, and sod all at the end. Yes. Imagine there's no heaven. It's easy if you try. Look, I'll make this easy, right? How appealing would Father Christmas be to kids without the prospect of a present? Exactly, how would you explain that? Excuse me, Dad, can you explain this Father Christmas to me? Of course, come here, son, I'll tell you what happens. He comes in your room, has a bit of a mosey round, and then fucks off. But he moves in mysterious ways.